Good morning, everyone. It is an absolute beautiful, perfect spring day. It's in the lower 70s, and it's been like this all week. We actually had a few days where it got into the 80s, and that heat did a number on the early spring plants, especially the hyacinths, and I'll show you guys those in a second. But this week was a perfect week to plant your plants for the summer, and I did just that. And I'll show you guys that in the garden update, so let's get it on it. So the Gladyses here are just starting to show. You can see them right there. There's another one right there, and then there should be a third one here, but those are just starting to pop up. Come on over here. The hyacinths, you can see that the hot weather kind of almost sunburns them. So I just started deadheading them. And what's going to happen now is that these leaves are going to get all the energy and just send the energy down to the bulb and get them ready for next year. I did the pink ones. So if I didn't deadhead them, then these would produce seeds in each one of these flower heads. But I'll show you actually how I deadhead them on this one. Just kind of come down, find the flower spike, and you just kind of come in and snip it as low as you can. And you just kind of come through and do all of them. And I'm just going to go through and just deadhead all of my hyacinths. I'll go through and do the rest after the video. But as I'm over here, I'm just checking on the roses. Or the rose. The rose looks pretty good. You could tell here there's a lot of new growth. I was saying last week how it was going to start shooting up to try and outcompete the rest of the stems. I don't see any buds just yet, but very, very soon this will start producing buds. The tulips over here. Unfortunately this morning when I was taking the hose out, I had knocked this pink tulip over and it came off. It was just about to open up probably today or the next day. So that's unfortunate, but I just put it in a little jar here with some water. It will sprout the next couple days. I did bring a lot of my seedlings out and I put them in the garden. So those are the petunias right there. I kind of redid this corner here and I took out a lot of these plants, and I'm not sure exactly what they are. I've never let them grow out before, but I did a little bit of research and I believe it's goldenrod. So I'm just gonna let it grow out and see what it is. And yeah, I kind of took it back a lot because it was all spread out here. So I put that there. I cleared it around the tiger lily here. You can see the I think the Japanese maple is starting to show some leaves. I did put pansies here. There's a flower I planted there. It'll be a mystery flower. I have a couple more of them in the garden, so you'll have to stay tuned to see what those will be. I put a couple of the little daylilies I was growing there. The pansies, I'm hoping that they kind of just come down like that on both sides. And the violets are all looking pretty good. There's a new plant there, new plant there. The cardinal plant over here is looking alright. New plant. Iris. And there's a little tiger lily. I put out some morning glories here. I'm hoping they go up this pole. And there's tulips. tulips on this side. Same thing with the morning glories. I'm hoping they go up this pole. This tiger lily's looking pretty good. The blades on that iris over there are actually doing a really good job recovering, so I'm pretty happy about that. There's a new plant here, new plant there. Come and check out this cardinal plant. You can see that they're kind of starting to group up, so that these will eventually shoot up. And all the violets over here are doing wonderful. And the columbine, I don't see any flower heads on it just yet. But here's the tulips. The tulip is looking absolutely beautiful. So new plants, these tulips. Got the tiger lilies here. I put a new plant. There's a Gladys starting to pop up there, but that's what that looks like. And over here, the mugwort. It's a lot like the stalk plants, like the cardinal. They're starting to shoot up a little bit. There's a Gladys stalk, a couple of new daffodils that are gonna probably pop up next year or bloom next year. I put in a new plant there. I'm gonna do a morning glory so it covers this fence here. All these daffodils. I put a couple daylilies here and a couple plants there. So what I'm hoping for is when these daffodils die off, these daylilies will pop up and bloom, so there'll be kind of like almost a continuous bloom of similar flowers here. This iris is doing pretty good. This one, tiger lily, is doing all right. Same thing with the morning glory. I'm hoping to do this fence here. Morning glory, there's a tiger lily, a new plant. You can see that over here, how on the hyacinths they'll start fading. Before they start dying off. So here in my backyard, I actually have wild growing green onions, and there's patches of them, and you can kind of tell where the rabbits come and nibble on them. So I wanted to put some of these in my garden, but I don't want to put them in my backyard garden if the rabbits are eating them, because it will attract them to the garden. So I'm just going to leave the patches here and hope that the rabbits eat these instead of the stuff in the back. So for the backyard garden here, where I was going to do the garden beds and the trellis, it may not seem like I did too much this past week, but I actually accomplished quite a lot, and it was a lot of preparing this to build the garden beds, and a lot of it was clearing out a lot of these branches and small trees from the sun line pretty much. So I spent almost all week clearing all that out and all this out over here, and this week I hope to have this built by the end of the week, because I have some fruits and vegetables coming back here. So that's about it. Thanks for watching, everybody, and have a good day.